Okay, so here we go. We are here to discuss baked apples, right? What to do with baked apples?
No. We're here to talk about what to do with old apples.
Old apples, sorry. I was focused on baked apples, but we're actually here to do old apples. So I have a question, a couple of questions to start off with.
Wait, this is me juggling.
Okay.
Am I doing good?
I think so.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Other hand.
Oh. You know, juggling usually is more than one item.
Not today.
Okay, great. So this apple, this apple has brown stuff on it. So to me, if it were up to me, I'd throw this apple away because I'd say it's dead. Is it dead?
No. It is officially old. These apples are started out big and beautiful, and now they're just big. They are Fuji apples that actually came in this really cool jacket.
Why?
To help protect it from bruising like this. So it did a really good job when it was delivered, but unfortunately the apples turn brown and bruised.
This apple looks good.
As they sit next to each other. So they are not trash, and technically these are perfect for a lot of different things. On our in a post we did called 29 Fun Ideas for What to Do with Old Apples, we talk about the things that you can do with apples just like these. Everything from you can turn them, if you have enough of them, into applesauce, jam, jelly, or cider. You could press them for juice. But one of the things to remember is that when they reach a certain age and they kind of lose their freshness, they're still good to use, and they're even still good to eat, but they're better cooked. So you really think about whether or not you want to cut them fresh. They kind of turn mealy, but there are so many ways that you can use an old apple.
So for example, we have an article, a recipe that I did a long time ago of baked apples in the air fryer. So if I were going to use this apple that has this brown, I don't know if you can see it in the video, but this little brown spot's right across the top here, would you still use this in the baked apple recipe? Would you bake this apple?
Yes, and here's why.
Okay.
When you're processing an apple to make a new baked apple, you're going to peel it, and you're going to trim off the bottom so it sits flat, and that's, since it's on the bottom,
since it's on the bottom,
off.
yeah.
You will also take out the entire core because you're going to stuff it with something delicious.
Right. In my case, I did oatmeal, I believe, if I remember correctly.
We did it two ways. We used old-fashioned oats, and we used steel cut oats. So both of those are really good. Steel cut oats that are, I think we actually used the quick steel cut oats. If you've ever used that before, you get that same chewy texture, but it doesn't take as long to cook. So we use the quick cook steel oats, and we use the old-fashioned regular oats. Both of them are really good.
The other thing we did before too with old apples was make, that would be our Alexa.
Yeah.
We made apple chips.
We made apple chips, which
were so good.
They were good and really
I was
easy.
very honestly surprised how good they were, and it was actually pretty simple. The hardest part was cutting them. You definitely want a mandolin for that, and don't cut yourself like I did with my thumb. That was very painful.
We had some thumb chips after that. Very delicious. Still don't
a little
recommend
meaty.
It. Yeah, still don't recommend doing that. But
what are some other recipes that we have?
Well, we have things in this article. We have things that include, like she mentioned, dehydrating them, which if you don't want to eat them, which would be a mistake because they're good, you can also give them to the birds. If you have bird feeders, they like those.
Hummingbirds?
No.
No.
They drink juice and nectar and stuff. These would just be the typical...
Could we make apple juice for the birds?
No.
Okay, fine.
No, so, don't do that.
Don't do that. Okay.
Things like apple desserts of all kinds. So of course, apple pie, apple galette, which is just basically it's a pie crust with the apples and then the edges folded over. You can also, we have an article about freezing whole apples. Just know that if you freeze a whole old apple, it will come out looking dark and bruised looking, and it's only going to be good for making into something like applesauce or apple butter, which, you know, that's all good.
Oh God, apple butter is so good. I made that in the crock pot once. I think we have that recipe on the site.
We do.
That is so super good.
It does. It comes out really good, and you can either start from fresh apples or you can start from applesauce.
Could we use the old apples for fried apples too, right?
Yes, absolutely. In fact, you can cook these any way that you, any recipe that you're familiar with, you can peel them and cut them into We had made fried apples and we had made sauteed apples. Those
apple slaw. A coleslaw with apples, by the way, it's really good.
All those recipes you can find on our website at cookingchew.com.
Yep.
We do, in this article, we have a list of several different kinds of recipes. One that looks particularly good, let me take a look here. Outside of a very simple apple spinach smoothie, let's take a look at that one just for starters. Renee loves smoothies, right?
I love smoothies, yeah.
So in this particular case, you would use up your apples, add a little spinach for vegetables and fiber.
Or kale. I love kale in my smoothies, yeah.
Or kale. And this particular recipe is at kathysglutenfree.com. And it is a beautiful light green color. It looks delicious. These ingredients includes apple, banana, spinach, non-dairy milk. She uses hemp hearts. I think that would be completely optional if you don't happen to have those. But she has an excellent...
What are hemp hearts?
Hemp hearts are they're also called hemp seeds, and I'm trying to think of... They're high in omega-3 fatty acids, which adds a lot of nutrients, but...
I wonder if you could use chia seeds. I love chia seeds in my... well, anything she'll put it in, really. But... Yeah,
you probably could. Like at this point, the hemp hearts probably are not going to add that bulk like chia seeds do. Chia seeds, if you're not familiar, they in moisture, they add a little gel. And so they're also an egg substitute, but that's off topic. Anyway, in this particular recipe, very simple, looks like 4 or 5 ingredients, and you have a great smoothie.
Yeah. So that's, did she put the whole apple in there?
No.
Oh, okay.
But on our... what fun things to do with old apples, there are a lot of recipes that include making a potpourri.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And that's really fun because if you ever just, you're like, okay, these look really unappetizing, they're really wrinkly, you just don't want to cook with them at all, they add a lot of really fresh apple scent into potpourri that you can use to make your kitchen smell nice.
Yeah, I was about to say, one of the things that we did when we first moved here, because now we have this big open floor plan, 2-story house, and she started making potpourri on the stovetop with fruit, and it smells amazing because it what's the word, wafts? Is it wafts? It wafts up, and so it just fills the whole house, and it smells so delicious cooking. So sometimes we don't even consume it. She just makes something that smells really good, and that has been just a fantastic thing. And we have a recipe for that on cookingchew.com on this article, what to do with old apples as well. A link to it, because who's the maker of that particular potpourri?
The dry one or the wet one?
Oh, there's the wet one. The wet
one is stovetop apple potpourri with fresh apples. It's number 28 on our article, what to do with old apples.
Now, it has oranges, so I would never have that, but...
Well. Yeah. Hold on, I have a lot of pop-ups. I'm going to go ahead and...
When you see pop-ups, sign up for the newsletters. It really helps the bloggers.
Yeah, it really does. So this particular stovetop potpourri...
Christmas Eve stovetop potpourri. What's the name of the site?
This is sincerelymariedesigns.com. Yeah. She has a Christmas Eve stovetop potpourri, which includes orange, apple, cinnamon, and cloves. Simmer on the stovetop. I can smell this already.
Yeah, totally.
Really nice.
We are so ready. Today is September 2nd. We are so ready for Christmas. So that sounds like a really nice.
She's not. She's lying to you.
We're excited for it.
We're mentally prepared. Yeah. Not at all ready, but
exactly true.
Don't hold it against us. I know we're some of those people that are like nuts about Christmas 24/7. I already have my Christmas cup.
That's true.
But don't hold it against us.
Right.
So basically, there's a lot in this article about what to do with old apples, even making...
How many things in the list?
Making these into stamps for kids. I believe 29.
28?
Hold
29.
on. Hold on. Let me look.
Let's take a
29.
29 things to do with old apples. That'll keep you busy for quite a while.
Yep. Everything from crafts to cider to desserts and apple butter, apple slaw, things like that.
And we also have a article on the site of things to do, savory recipes to do with old apples, or just with apples in general. Right?
So if you've never thought about making recipes that really are low sugar or that come through as savory, we have an article that talks about that for you. It links out to recipes like that.
Right.
We include recipes that we make as well as recipes from other folks who are doing an amazing job as well. So,
and our dog likes to participate.
Right. So you're going to get the whole experience,
Yeah.
and it'll include both Alexa and our dogs. So thank you for watching. Thanks for being here. We would love for you to subscribe and certainly keep watching. Thank
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Bye.